Hey everybody, it's Prince the Mangaka. This is my voice. Hello, I guess. This is stupid. I tried being a YouTuber or having a YouTube channel where I would use my voice to talk about my art and stuff and my story, but that didn't work out because the algorithm sucks. And, well, that's about all I can say about that. I'm redoing this. If it blows up, it blows up. If it doesn't, I mean, I feel like if somebody prominent in the industry that I'm working in sees this, I really feel like it can still help me out. So I might keep this up on my page. But for the topic of discussion, it is the non-Japanese manga industry. Now, to clear up a few things, just a quick little 20 seconds, just so that way I can get all the people who are just not going to be helpful out of the way. Comic and manga is the exact same thing. Manga is just Japanese for comic. It's a style, if anything. Making something that looks like it came straight out of a Iron Man comic and calling it manga is just not manga off the rip. But if you want to call it that, I'm not really going to sit here and argue with you all day about it. But this is my style. It's manga-esque. I don't think I fully mastered it, but I think I could still, pass a little bit for it. If I'm non-Japanese, why am I doing this? There's Reddits and communities and there's manga creators across just all of Japan who actually support people outside of Japan making stories and getting published. But here's my issue. Where do you get published? Don't run away. Don't run away. Don't run away. Tell me. I'm just going to break down a couple of fallacies here. I hear a lot of people talk about manga plus creators. It sucks, okay? It's not a serious side at all. It's just not, okay? And there's others too. Don't forget, there's very much others. Global Comics or Nami Kami or any other indie publisher that you want to talk about, a lot of them are not big enough or they're not known. And we are also going to play this clip. I'm going to play this clip right here if you think otherwise. And let it be known, this is for all of the world, by the way. I'm not even going to talk about America because that's just an entire can of worms. And I live in America, so just be ready after the clip.
You probably have to go to Japan. Life here, all that kind of stuff. It's hard to uproot everything to move to Japan. So I couldn't do that, unfortunately. But if you're interested in doing things from the US or something like that, it is still a developing industry. I think there's some publishers that are starting to emerge in the US, none of them of which are extremely massive. And there's also no successful manga series that have come out of the US yet, I'll be honest. Creators, there's not a lot of strong enough creators that can compete at the same level as the Japanese creators, rightfully so. It's time. There are signs the industry is starting to build up again with the Viz one-shots.
That was Brandon Chen, a guy with a laundry list of accomplishments all over his wiki. He's given a lot of advice to creators and taken some creators under his wing to make his stories, telling non-Japanese people that, could go to anywhere and still get published and have his own anime. But he makes webtoons, not comics specifically, which is my gripe. I don't care. I'm never doing a webtoon. It already takes so long if anybody's ever worked on a chapter of their own story that isn't just writing it. If you have to draw it in any way, it takes a while to do. Okay, so I'm not going to add more color to it and just make it even longer of a wait. If I'm by myself, I am solo. So no webtoon, just manga. And specifically, I'm American, and I think there's no industry here. And this was kind of the main title. There's no American manga industry, but I'm just gonna not make this so niche that nobody gets what we're talking about. So I'm just gonna base it off of non-Japanese, because there are creators who make their own stuff. They're mostly French, German, and British, or they're in the UK in some way. And they just make their own stuff, and a lot of them are on their training arcs, or they're doing it for fun, or they're, making their stuff, but they're in their first few chapters. There's nobody specifically like me who has volume in the reserve. And just so y'all know, I ain't capping. Yes, I made it in Procreate. Fight me, okay? They're there. They will be dropping this month. You can bet me on that, okay? Now back to the topic at hand. Volume 2, Chapter 1 is going to be in the link somewhere, either in the comments or in my bio, depending on what app you're on. The closest I've seen is a French guy named Tony Valente, who has a series named Radiant. It was a manga. It was French, and I know there's a French manga industry. I know that's over there. Same thing for Germany and the UK. And you can get published there. He got his own anime. It has 2 seasons. Check it out if you want. I'm not French, and I don't have a manga industry to my knowledge. No, closest is Dark Horse Comics, which I still have not heard about somebody from America getting published there. Outside of a guy named ddmarkk, who's actually published by Dark Horse Comics, but to my knowledge, he has actually been published by Viz, but it was only a one-shot. He hasn't continued with his own series, Ruthless Render, to be something that could be in a Japanese publisher. He seems to be going independent. He said many times that he doesn't make money off of it, And quick intermission to discuss the fact that he's posting on a site that doesn't make him money. 2 years later, he's posting again on a site that does not make him money. And if you check his Twitter, you check anything else, it doesn't really complain about it anymore. I check his stories. I regularly follow the guy. I've never heard any updates. And the guys that have actually won the so-called prizes on Manga Plus Creators, their series gets axed or we don't hear about them. Like, it's supposed to be every month, yet I've never heard of somebody, more than 2 people, winning the prize. It's a really weird website. He said many times that he doesn't make money off of it. And he's a YouTuber with close to 100K or like 50K, something like that. I am not a YouTuber. So I'm not gonna try to piggyback and say people have actually made their series. I'm not Coryxkenshin, okay? Like this, that doesn't apply to people like me at all. Like, how do you go from unknown guy on Twitter to published? That is what the issue is. And I've heard that people actually get offers, but you have to go to Japan and do it, which I feel like defeats the entire purpose of it. So, and I don't actually hear anything about the offers either. Like, there's definitely people out there who have gotten, offers to do things, but they don't really discuss it, or they just don't really bring it up again. I hear about a lot of projects and mangas coming up, but whether it's in the manga-esque style or not, these people don't really continue their stories. There's nobody like me out there, which is my gripe, because I'm going to obviously continue my own series, and I'm also going to be submitting to the Kadokawa annual manga contest just to see. I'm pretty sure I have the option to win. I'm always getting better. I don't think I'm out of the running completely. I'm completely willing to play around with a new concept. I have a good idea. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. This was just an open-ended video. It was just to speak on, I feel like, a problem that people aren't speaking on because they don't take art as seriously as I do. And that's not a diss, but it's just specifically comics and manga. People don't really take them with more than just like a chapter or 2 at a time. I legitimately can see myself working on a series or my series for the next 10, 15, 20 years. Like, I could easily make the next Bleach, and that's not cockiness, that's not being overconfident. I mean, at a certain point, you have to believe in yourself when there's nobody else but you trying to do what you're doing, and in your specific way. I won't make a webtoon. I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not gonna quit. Like, this is what I have to do. So I appreciate anybody watching. I did my best to make this quick, but I don't want to cut out major points. I don't want to do that to myself. So I appreciate anybody watching. I'll be posting more of my art and stuff. If you want me to talk about other similar topics, I'm not just going to talk about anything. Like, I genuinely am serious about this. But if you like it, follow me, subscribe, whatever app you're on, follow, do your thing. I'm out.